Welcome back, students. Now, here, what do you mean by data structures? The name itself indicates that structure means organizing. Structure means organizing. Data means collection of information. Data means collection of information, structure means organizing. Here data structure means how you are going to organizing the data in the memory. Data structure means how you are going to organizing the data in the memory are going to be described by data structure. Right? Here, for example, already you learn about what arrays, right? Array is the basic data structure. Array is the basic data structure. In arrays, how you are going to store the values, how you are going to store the values in the array, how you are going to retrieve the information from the array, how you are going to perform various types of operations on array, already you learn in C language, right? Here, what do you mean by array? Before going to array, just I would like to explain what you mean by variable. For example, int a equals to 5. Int a equals to 5. What does it mean? A is the variable. A is the variable of which data type? Here, int is the data type. 5 is the value. Right? Integer is the data type, a is the variable name, 5 is the value. Here int a equals to 5 means we are going to store the value of 5 in variable a, which is the integer data type. Whenever we are declaring int a equals to 5, system is going to allocate the memory location for this variable a. Here for example at 101 memory location we are going to store the value of a, 5. Right? Now here a is a variable. In this variable we are going to store only single information. Value of 5 is going to store in the variable a. If I am going to try to insert one more value 10 in the variable a, 5 comma 10, is it possible to say 5 comma 10 values in a single variable a? No, we can't. Why? Because a is a variable. To avoid such type of thing, we are going to introduce the array. We are going to use the array. Here array is a variable. Array is a variable which is used to store multiple values in a single variable. For example, int a of 4. Int a of 4 means 10, 20, 30, 40. Here int a of 4 means we are going to, a is a variable. Here a is a variable type integer, size of the array is 4. It means that we are going to store 4 values in a single variable. We are going to store 4 values in a single variable. Whenever we are going to declare int a of 4, whenever we are going to declare int a of 4, system is going to allocate 4 memory locations to the variable a. See here, int a equals to 5. Whenever I am going to declare int a equals to 5, system is going to allocate single memory location to the variable a. Whereas in case of int a of 4, array size is 4. Array size is 4 means whenever we are going to declare int a of 4, system is going to allocate 4 bytes of memory. 4 memory locations going to be allocated to the variable a. Right? Here, a of 0, a of 1, a of 2, a of 3. Here 10 value is there. In a of 0 you are going to store the value of 10. At a of 1 you are going to store the value of 20. In a of 2 you are going to store the value of 30. In a of 4 you are going to store the value of 40. Right? Here in a single variable you are going to store various, in a single variable you are going to store multiple values. You are going to store multiple values. Here first is in variable you are going to store single, single value. Here disadvantage is you can't store multiple values in a single variable. To avoid this one, here arrays are introduced. In arrays, here values are there. System, whenever we are going to declare the array, system is going to allocate the sequential memory location to the variable a. Now here in this case in arrays, here I am declaring the variable a. Array is a static array. In static array means you can't extend the array size. You can't extend the size of the array. So for that reason we are going to use trees, graphs, stacks, all those things. Dynamic memory allocation is there. Here now you are going to implement the data structures and you are going to implement the dynamic memory allocation for the data structures, right? Now, types of data structures. Types of data structures. There are two types of data structures are there. First one is the primitive data structure. Second one is the non-primitive data structure. First one is the primitive data structure, second one is the non-primitive data structure. Primitive data structure means these data structures are directly supported by the programming language. These data structures are directly supported by the programming language. It means that already these data types are these data structures are predefined data structures. Example of the primitive data structures are int, float, char, double, pointer. All these are the examples of the primitive data structures. Here directly we can use integer, float, character in our program. No need to rewrite the code for the integer, no need to rewrite the code for the float, no need to rewrite the code for the pointer variable. Directly we can access. How you are going to access these data types in our program? By including the header files. By including the header files, just we are going to use directly we can use these data types, right? Here primitive data structure means here directly supported by the programming language. All these data structures are present in the header files. To use these data structures in our program, just we have to include those header files in our program, and we can use integer, float, character data types in our program, right? Now, non-primitive data structures. Non-primitive data structures means here these data structures are not supported by the program, directly not supported by the programming language. We have to write the code. We have to redefine these data structures. Here general example for the non-primitive data structures are complex numbers. Complex numbers. Here to perform any operations on the complex numbers, here you have to define what you mean by complex numbers, how you are going to represent these complex numbers, and how you are going to perform the operations on the complex numbers. All those things are going to be defined here in non-primitive data structures. Again, non-primitive data structures are divided into two parts: linear data structures and non-linear data structure. Linear data structure and non-linear data structure. What do you mean by linear data structure? Here in linear data structure means all the elements are arranged in linear order. All the elements are arranged in linear order. Linear order means sequential order. Here, whereas in case of non-linear data structure means elements are arranged in non-linear order. Elements are arranged in non-linear order. Here again, linear data structures are, I'll explain: stacks, queues, list, circular list. All these are the examples of the linear data structures: stacks, queues, lists, circular list, and double linked list. All these are the examples of linear data structure. Whenever we are going to define these linear data structures, whenever we are going to define any linear data structure, directly system is going to allocate the memory locations. System is going to allocate the sequential memory location. For example, if I am going to defining any stack in stack 5. In stack 5, what does it mean? Here I am creating one stack, I am defining one stack. The size of the stack is 5. The size of the stack is 5 means here system is going to allocate continuous sequential memory locations. System is going to allocate sequential memory locations for this stack. Right? For example, 10, 20, 30, 40 values are going to store. Right? Here to access the value of 40, first we have to access the value of 10, then we have to access the value of 20, then we have to access the value of 30, then we have to access the value of 40. So in a sequential order, all the elements are arranged. In a sequential order, all the elements are arranged. For example, here a 201 memory location is there. First element is stored at 201 memory location. Then what is the memory location for the second variable? Here I am defining integer variable. Here data type is integer. To store an integer value, we require 2 bytes of memory. So 201 plus 2. So 203. Second memory location must be 203. Second location must be 203. Then what is the third variable location? 203 plus 2. Here 205. 205 plus 2. 207. 207 plus 2. 209. Here whenever we are going to define any linear data structure, system is going to allocate continuous memory location to that particular data structure. Whether it may be stack, whether it may be queue, whether it may be list, whether it may be double linked list, circular list, chain, whatever it may be, here system is going to allocate the continuous memory locations. Whereas in case of non-linear data structure, elements are not going to arrange it in a linear order. Randomly elements are going to be stored. Again, non-linear data structures are divided in two parts. First one is the trees, second one is the graph. Trees and the graphs. Here in stack 3, 10, 20, 30, at 201 10 values stored, 203 20, at 205 30 values stored. Now here if I am going to construct the tree by using these three variables 10, 20, 30, whenever I am going to enter this 10, 20, 30, here elements are going to arrange in the non-linear order. It means that, for example, at 201 memory location value of 10, at 301 memory location value of 10 is going to store. Then here at 501 20, at 703 30. Here there is no sequential order. Wherever the memory space is available, in that particular space all these values are going to be stored. Right? Now here in stacks all the elements are stored in the sequential order, so directly we can access. Right? Here if we know the address of 10, we know the address of 20, we know the address of 20 and we know the address of 30. Why? Because all the elements are arranged in the sequential order. Whereas in case of trees and graphs, here all the elements are going to be arranged in non-linear order. Now how we are going to access this information 10, 20, 30? Here main purpose of the data structure is we have to access, we have to process the operations on the data, we have to process the information, and we have to access the information means we have to retrieve the information. How we are going to retrieve the information? If we know the address of the particular value, if we know the address of the particular variable, then only we can process the data. Here in non-linear data structure all the elements are arranged in non-linear fashion, non-linear order. For that reason, how we are going to access the information? In this case, we are going to use pointers. We are going to use the concept of pointer. What do you mean by pointer? Pointer is a variable. Pointer is a variable which is used to store the address of another variable. Pointer is a variable which is used to store the address of another variable. For example, int a star b. Here b is ampersand a. Already you know the concept of this one. Int a star b. Here star b is the pointer variable, a is the normal variable. Here in b you are going to store the address of a. In b you are going to store the address of a. Right? This is the general concept of pointer. Pointer is a variable which is used to store the address of another variable. Now here whenever you are going to representing trees and graphs, you are going to use the concept of pointer. Here how you are going to use the concept of pointer? In this case, here you are going to define, we have to define the node. We have to define the node. we have to define the node. Here node means, in node is divided into two parts. First part is data field, second part is pointer field. Data field means that particular value. For example, here 10 is there, so 10, value of this node is 10, so we are going to store this 10 value in the data field. Next, pointer field. In pointer field, we are going to store the address of second node. We are going to store the address of second node. What is the second node? See here. For example, here 501 is there. 501 is there now. Yes, 703. See here, we are going to store the address of 501 here. What is the address of second node? Second node address is 501. So in pointer field, we are going to store the address of second node, that is 501. Now in second node, we are going to store the address of third node, 703. What is the value of this pointer field? Here 703. Here there is no another node is there, only this tree is consisting of 3 nodes. Just we have to put the null value here. Just we have to put the null value here, right? Now here these are the types of the data structures, right? Thank you.